Hello viewers and listeners, this is Untitled Chapter. This is Marian, your host. Welcome to the second part of the conversation with Professor Mrs. Esi Awuah. Enjoy. Prof, so would you consider these the major challenges, or is there anything else?
The environment I went to see was very bad. The place was very dirty. And so, you know, I can't stand it. So I was on the board of Zoom Lions. So I contacted the director, regional director of Zoom Lion. And then they brought me people, 100 people a day, to clean the whole place. They also had a lot of VIP toilets. And so I said, hey, so is it because I have been working with VIP everywhere? And I demolished all of them. I said, no, this one. And then people were doing open defecation.
Wow.
So I organized a workshop for the environmental health and unit committee members in the area about the dangers of open defecation.
Was it in the outskirts of town at the time, the location?
Which outskirts of town? It's still within town.
Okay.
But it has a lot of forest. Okay. So people were throwing garbage and then defecating on our land. And I couldn't stand that. So that was one of the challenges. We also didn't have a restaurant. So I quickly developed one. There were so many things. Nothing is there. So what do you have to do? You have to do something. And I was even making yogurt. Okay. And then selling meat pie for workers. And then the province advised me, said, oh, Esi, you are a Vice Chancellor. This one, don't sell yogurt. So, don't sell yogurt. You see why I was doing the Kengebara. I mean, I am an all-round person. So I gave it to, I employed a woman, and then I gave that assignment to her so that I can focus on other issues. Those were the main challenges. I remember this other challenge. KNUST was the owner of the site at that time. And so they have some of their staff there. And the staff wanted to, some of them wanted to go back to KNUST and others wanted to stay. And they thought that I was against them. I don't know why they had this impression. And some of the students were saying, when I told them that they should not be praying in the classroom and that I'm going to get the classroom ready, they said, oh, the devil has been appointed at the VC. He's coming to destroy our prayer meetings. Later on, they saw that I wasn't like that. Because they had to stop for me to tile the place, to make it a university, that now we are in a university. So I tried, I called them. Every time I made my intentions known. And so it was so easy. I will call them and then I'll tell them that this is why it is like that. Why do you want to go? We are making a provision for you to stay here properly. Your salaries will be the same. You will join the KNUST GOS system.
And this is to the staff who were...
agitating.
Yes, on whether to stay or to move on.
Yes, and then some of them, I sought for scholarships for them to go and do their studies abroad because I had also to build staff capacity. And they were so happy. I was able to do all these because I had the wisdom of God.
Okay, Prof. Now that we're on that trajectory of your achievements, can we list some of them? The major ones.
Oh, as for
during your tenure.
Yes, during my tenure, the programs I introduced were very unique. It's the first university to produce graduates from renewable energy engineering, because we have a policy that 20% of our energy should be renewable. Meanwhile, we haven't trained anybody. And then I also looked at mechanical engineering, and I was thinking that we are teaching the students to design and then also to manage and machines that already have been designed. But we need to train people with the mindset to design and build machines that will do production. So the mechanical engineering, I added manufacturing. So when you do mechanical engineering at UENR, you have to do manufacturing as well. And I also added auto engineering, and then I also added thermodynamics as part of the specialties that you have to do. And then I also introduced resource enterprise and entrepreneurship. I saw that every university is doing business. What is business? Whose business are you going to manage? I said to myself, by the mandate of the Act, we were not supposed to do any business course. And I fought that. I said, we are managing all the natural resources and we have to add value to it to create job opportunities. So that program will be resource enterprise and entrepreneurship. I went on the internet to look at programs across the globe and I saw that only a few universities, less than 10, the whole world, are doing enterprise and entrepreneurship. Everybody business. So that was a key thing to train the students to do that. I also saw that the students must do critical and analytical thinking. So that course, everybody at UNER does it so that they can be on their own. I also introduced fire and disaster management, BSc. It is the only one in the university.
Country.
In the country. I started with 4 programs inherited from natural resources. But then, by the time I was leaving, I had introduced 20 programs.
Wow.
I changed the agri science program we were doing. I said, agri science people are doing theory. So it is good. They will do research and find solutions to diseases and all. But the products of UNER must have degrees in agri science, but animal production. You must learn how to produce animals that we feed on, and then crop production and horticulture, because I wanted them to export flowers. So these were very unique programs that I had introduced. I also thought that the computer science should be so strong. So for computer science, students also got certificate on how to manage data, because it was so important. I will say there are so many programs so far for programs.
Yes.
And then the other one I did was to have an Earth observation system. That was a huge antenna that was installed at the university. All this we wrote proposal. The staff, I cooperated with them. So every staff, if you have a vision, bring it, and then I will work with you to achieve that. So Dr. Kaboba, they were all my students. They followed me. They were following me. All the things they wanted to do. Eric, Kaboba, Mark, they all follow me to UNER. They had things in them that they wanted to come out. But when they had stumbling blocks here, I said, oh, me, come. You are welcome.
Because it was fresh and fertile.
I tell you,
so
yes.
new ideas.
So they came and we established it. And this was huge antenna. It was a pleasure to watch this antenna receiving information from 12 stations in space. So we had already started doing space things. And it was monitoring all the fire hazards in the sub-region. And it is the only university in Africa that has that facility. We also had a weather station forecast. And then one of my students who had joined me, Dr. Mark, what is Mark's name? I forgot. Amubuaten. He was such an innovator. He had developed a supercomputer. So, and then he had also developed an optimized algorithm that can make our computer that we have work 1,000 times faster. Obama wanted to do it, but you know we had done it already. So he was able to collate all this data, and now we have a good weather forecast. It's the best. So I've just been told that the Department of Meteorology, they've all come there, disaster people, they want to use the data we have created. In fact, I said that is going to be a cash cow for the university. People will need the data. So UNER is forecasting all the time. I get it on my phone all the time. And then we had another agreement with Taiwanese University and the US, and we have Cosmic 2. This Cosmic 2 was used also for data collection, and it is the only one that we have in the country. And then we have the carbon tower. The carbon tower we initiated was to measure the amount of carbon dioxide that our forests are consuming, and it is also the only one in Africa. So this one has been installed at the Veya Tunnel Reserve.
Okay.
In the Bruno region. I don't know whether it's Nahafo, but those days it was Brownhafo. So it is also there. And then in addition, I gave the students a name, technologian. Who is a technologian? KNUST students are technocrats. We plan, and we are always reading and writing and directing. But I told the students that you are technologians. Who is a technologian? A technologian is somebody who has knowledge and who has integrity and can impact. He works with his hands. And if I tell you the testimonies that our students in the field are reporting, it will make you shed tears. They are exemplary, very unique. They work with their hands. If you see that something is wrong, you have to correct it. And then also, in addition to this, the fact that these technologians work with their hands, they are also innovators. We received several awards when I was there. Mark received the Young Innovator Award, the whole world. We topped. And his certificate was signed by the chairman of the Nobel Prize Committee. And then one of the students also obtained the Tigo Digital Platform Award. Dr. De Graft also won the best microbial modeling. He's a mathematician. What else did we win? We enactors, you name it. And the students were so innovative that they developed a power bank from used mobile phones chargers, and they gave it to the villagers. You attach it to your bicycle, and when you come back, and you can use it to light your home. And then in addition, we also wrote a proposal to help communities that were off the national grid. And some of the products are here. The students were trained on how to install these solar street lights and home systems. And we distributed them to communities within the Volta Lake. There are islands on the Volta Lake. And then communities nearby Sunyani. KNUST, we gave you some. I've forgotten the amount you came to buy. But anytime I pass by a UENR solar street light and it's not on, I call them. It is students who come and repair them. What a university. I mean, and they are very proud of themselves and what they have achieved. Also, there was an FM station and we're using it for teaching, particularly French, because I thought that French should be made compulsory. We are surrounded by francophone countries, so everybody studies French, even though some people didn't like it. But I closed my eyes. And then we were the only university, apart from Alliance Française, that gives professional certificate in French. Okay. People who want to go and work in Canada
like
or
a
France.
Diploma.
Yes, we were the university to do that. And then we had to also generate income. So I brought somebody, actually my husband gave him to, he's very good. And then we raised over 1 million tree seedlings, which we still do. We still produce these seedlings for sale to give us funds. There are
seedlings of, is it fruit crops or?
No, these are forest trees. Okay. We have to green Ghana.
Okay.
And then immediately I heard there was a first class student here at KNUST in aerospace. KNUST didn't take him. I was surprised. In fact, as for this, I want to tell them that they should look at the kind of students they have and then absorb them. So I said, KMC, he said, KMC didn't take me. First class aerospace. So I brought him to UENR, and he didn't like eating, so I will always buy a crate of malt and eggs. And I said, oh, Frimpong, please eat for me. And then I said, you are going to work on eco-drones. Can you do it? He said yes. So I sought for money from Greco. So now we have the eco-drones that he developed is still there, and that is those are the eco-drones the university used to map the whole area. And my aim at that time was for these eco-drones to be used to monitor the nefarious activities in the forest. There are so many things that I did.
So
I also have a choir. I form a brigade. And then I composed the university anthem for UENR, and then also that of UHAS.
Being the musician as you are.
Yes, because I'm a composer.
Yes, so I listening to you, I can group your achievements into staff recruitment, introduction of new courses, many of them. Programs. And then inculcating into the students the spirit of entrepreneurship and integrity and hands-on approach to problem solving. And then bringing on board a lot of ventures to increase internally generated funds. Please, is there anything else you want to add?
I think I've forgotten many. But then we had the app logo.
Okay.
I saw one of my technicians who came to work in I took him to the university. I saw that he was so innovative. So I brought him on board to assist Dr. Amobuate with his innovative things. And so he developed a generator that is fuelless. And then he was trying to explain to me. He said, Madam, I said, how? And he is not a university graduate too. He went to MBTI, a JSS, and he's able to do all these. He can do programming, AutoCAD. I couldn't believe it. And I said, how can you make He said, we have to make a generator. I've been thinking about it so that this dumso thing will flee from us. And he developed it. I funded it. He's trying to upgrade it, and he still wants funds from me. But I said I won't, because I'm now on pension.
Yes.
Now,
is he still attached to UENR, or he's on his own?
He goes there with Mark. The university took him, but the amount of money they wanted to give him, they said he doesn't have a degree and all, so they'll give him 500. I said, please, will you stop this? I will never let you be employed here. But if they need you, they can call you. So this, I called it App Logo. All power belongs to God. And he explained to me the forces between opposite poles of magnets and like poles. And this, he's able to use it in condensers to generate electricity. And then Mark was telling me, Madam, you know, we can generate electricity. I said, from where? From nothing. He said, do you know that there are electrons around us? I said, yes. So he said, the electrons around us are the things that I'm using. In fact, he's so much afraid about the technology that he doesn't want to bring it out. He said, if it gets into the wrong hands, we are in trouble, because energy is all around us. Yeah. But somehow, I went on the net and I looked at what Tesla had done. That Tesla had that vision many years, but he was, I don't know whether he was killed but he died. And all his things got bent. So I was protecting them. Okay. I was really protecting them. And some of these people, when they wanted to go, I paid their salaries, part of it, to ensure that they remain in the university, because I saw what they could do for us. I also did a lot of briefings. I'm always thinking and dreaming. So our entrance gate, for example, is so unique. It is known as the Eye of God.
Prof, before we leave that phase of your life, I would like you to share with us a bit on the life side, some of the perks that comes with being the Vice Chancellor, the privileges.
Being a Vice Chancellor, they're not me, because
Vice Chancellor who sweeps her own office.
Yes, I said to myself that it is God who closed my eyes to see this, because I was so happy when he called me that at least the things that are in me, I can bring it out. I was so happy. But I was traveling by economy. And then one time I traveled with some people and they saw me in economy. So they said, no. I said, the Foundation Vice Chancellor, you have to sacrifice. You don't have to be, what is your car? I have a Tiana. and sometimes sitting in a Land Cruiser. The road is not good. So what really? And then even the benefits that vice chancellors were getting, I wasn't getting anything. It was just my salary.
Because it was new, you didn't have IGF.
We didn't have IGF. Where is the IGF for you to be spending? There was nothing like that.
Okay.
So, but it is nice. You get a lot of respect, you know, when you go out. But you know, these things for me, it doesn't last. So I don't dwell on that you are VC. So if 4 or 5 years, you are down the line. Yeah. You are like everybody. So I wasn't really bothered at all.
Apart from the day when you were appointed as VC, I'm sure you've expressed that you were very happy being given the chance to start something new. Is there, or are there any other incidences in your life that you consider your happiest? And if you would like to share some with us.
My happiest moments.
Yes, please.
My happiest moments. I'm always happy. I was even happy when I made Kenge Barak. I mean, I was so happy. I rejoice at the right things. And when I see that my children are doing well, it makes me very happy. Also, when I got married, I was happy. When I had my kids, I was very happy. What else? And when I sing, I will even sing a song.
Before we leave, yes, you give us a song.
I love to sing. Sometimes they think my husband says, "Hey, Esi, I'll be at a place, but I will remember that we have a choir practice, and then there is a song that will be sung in church. I have to be there and learn that song and be part of the singing." And then
okay.
you know, I also have a gospel album.
Okay, I didn't know that.
And when I launched my album, I was really excited. Yes, Ukomame.
How many songs are on that album?
On that album, about 10. I actually have over 1,000 songs, so, but you know,
well documented.
It's not well documented. It's on cassette. So I have bought something small. Is it a cassette player? Those old times.
Okay.
Yes. So I said when I retire, but there's this retirement. I'm working.
Yeah,
so
still working after retirement.
I used to hear angels actually sing.
Wow.
To my hearing, so I will.
You sing along and record.
No, I don't record. I can write, so okay. I write them down and then I'll sing them later.
Okay, that is quite inspiring. So now that you've shared a bit about your musical prowess, the fact that you even have an album, is there anything else you've done with music, or has music taken you to places that you would want to share?
Music, well, if you know music, it's for you and others. So you make others happy by singing. But I think that I've benefited more. But the music hasn't taken me anywhere. That okay. In fact, when I made the gospel, I wanted to stop teaching and go and become a musician. Then Mrs. Ofe Dako said, "Oh, Sister Esi, please focus on your academic. The singing is just a gift that you have. So it's a gift that I have." And I really enjoy music very, very much.
Okay. Maybe now that you are retired, you would probably spend more time on it. Or you are busier than you were as a full-timer.
I am busier. See, people are thinking that I am free. So today they will invite you here, another day they will invite you here. I have an organ and a guitar. You know, I play the guitar as well.
Okay,
so
I didn't know that.
I don't even have to. It's yesterday that I played some 2 Presbyterian hymns. But some inside Jimmy. Then yes, unkona menene tu kwai. Those are, yeah, I just played, but there is no time for me to sit down and actually play the songs that I really want to.
Please, do you have any other hobbies apart from music and cooking?
I love walking.
Oh, okay.
So I used to play tennis, but I stopped playing tennis. That I walk, but I'm a prayer walking stick. Everywhere I go, I pray. As I walk along the street, I pray and ask God to help the nation develop. And then spiritually, I put so many buildings. So recently, I look at Kote and I said, "Oh, Kote has become like this because when I moved in, I will move through the villages, move through the mud houses, and I said I replaced this with story buildings.
Wow.
Then I opened my eyes and I said, oh, God has answered my prayers already. And then I will ask that God will heal people as I walk. And so recently somebody was...
This is quite revealing that so, your life is a prayer.
Like my life is a prayer.
You have achieved so much in your lifetime and you are still achieving even in your retirement. Kindly share with younger people who might be listening or viewing our conversation, listening to or viewing our conversation, who are struggling, especially girls who struggle with life choices and career in particular. What would be your advice to such a person?
Well, I will tell them that everybody must know their Creator because He knows what He has put in you, and therefore you must know God. I gave my life to Jesus Christ when I was in class 3, and so I had planned my life that I want to be this, I want to be that, and that is my vision, and I pursued it. I will go to the library when people are not going to the library to seek for information. These days, everything is in our hands. And my advice is that instead of Facebook, looking at yourself, and what profession do you want to be in when you grow? That is the profession you should be studying. There's so much information out there. Go and study it. Learn how other people have made it. And learn to walk in the fear of God and do the right thing. And I pray that you become prayerful like I am. Be a prayer walking stick. And at the same time to be strengthened. You have a very big God who created you and He knows what He wants you to become. And so you will always succeed. And don't look down on any profession. I have to say that even in primary school, I was doing power because
head porter.
Yes, my grandma was a fishmonger, okay. And the fishmongers, when they come, those days there were no power, so they don't get people carry their things to the train station at all. And so I will quickly carry their fish to the state, and then they will give me dama. Dama was 2 pence, and I was very happy that I have such money. And even when I started, I came here teaching. Life here was very difficult, so I used to sell second-hand clothes.
Wow.
Yes, together with the wife of Professor Kofi. She was our secretary, so those days there were no traffic, so we would go to a selection line, and then I'll collect the materials, and then she will go wash, iron, and then after my lectures, when I'm going home, I'll pass by Africa Hall, sell some, and then I'll go and sell some at this place, this school at Ojasi, IPS.
Okay,
brother.
IMS at the time.
Yes, and then I also sell some to the nursery teachers, and then I was also making cake. I was also making kenke.
Okay.
Yeah, because the salary was peanuts. 1 week it is gone.
Wow.
So you have to make ends meet.
So I'm picking from you that no job is demeaning, and that they should walk with the Lord, and that they should not be afraid or feel intimidated, and that they should be strengthened. And if your income is not enough, you should be able to look out for other jobs to supplement your main income.
Yes.
Any final words, Prof? After which you give us a solo.
I will sing. Well, my final words are fear God, serve Him, and He will be with you. He will order your steps. And God bless you all. And God bless this new thing you are doing.
Amen.
That by so doing, a lot of people will learn how some of us started and how we ended today. And I want to give God all the glory. Whatever we have achieved, He has done it for us. We only made ourselves available for Him to use us.
Amen. Thank you very much, Professor Mrs. Esi Awuah, for being so generous with your time and sharing these words of wisdom with us. Now you can give us the solo.
My favorite song is Methodist Hymn 76. The King of Love, my shepherd is. I will only sing 2 verses, the first and the last. The King of Love, my shepherd is, whose goodness faileth never. I nothing lack if I am his, and he is mine forever. In this dark vale I fear no ill, with thee, dear Lord, beside me. Thy rod and staff me comfort, thy cross before to guide me. And so through all the length of days, thy goodness faileth never. Good shepherd, may I sing thy praise within thy house forever.
Thank you very much.
It's a pleasure.
Hello, viewers and listeners. So this is the conversation with Professor Mrs. Esi Awuah. I hope you have learned a lot. I have learned so much. Thank you for joining us. See you soon. Bye-bye.